Hello and welcome back to The Science of Taste, Part 3 by Kings Row Coffee. If you missed Part 1 or 2, you can find them at kingsrowcoffee.com/blog. Let's recap. Last week we discussed how where we are, in addition to what we eat, can alter our palate's reference point, which in turn affects the flavor experience of our coffee, regardless of quality. Acknowledging the settings and situations that affect our coffee is one thing, solving them is another. If you were to prepare dinner and already had in mind what wine you would like to drink that night, you would consider the flavor profile of the wine and the flavor profile needed in the food to complement the wine. For example, if you were drinking a French Chardonnay, you would want more acidity in your dish, like in a salad vinaigrette, which would balance and enhance the wine. Whereas that same acidity would make an American Chardonnay virtually unpalatable. Just as with cooking, we must consider the same two questions before we even begin roasting our coffee. First, what will be the reference point of my palate with X food or in Y setting? And second, what are the complementary flavors needed for a given setting, whether that be with dessert or at the beach? So this is a recipe, a gastronomic approach to coffee. And thanks to the culinary, sommelier, and biochemistry expertise of our very own Chef Craig Shelton, we know what flavors are needed in a given setting and in what proportion. Now on to the solution. How do we achieve the complexity and diversity of flavor needed for specific settings and situations? Well, contrary to the popular belief, the solution to the perfect cup lies in a blend, but not just any blend, so let's back it up. Blends have a big stigma associated with them, and for good reason. They are traditionally a shortcut, one-step, stock recipe, void of the necessary care and attention required for a truly exceptional coffee. Different coffee varietals, maybe some high quality, some decent, and usually some filler beans that need to be unloaded, are combined in equal proportion and roasted at the same temperature and for the same amount of time. So let me ask you a question. Would you cook a steak and ribs at the same heat for the same amount of time and expect both to come out perfectly? Of course not, because different cuts of meat vary in size, shape, and composition and require individual attention. Same with coffee. The most complex fine wines rarely have more than 250 molecular compounds contributing to the remarkable bouquets. The Maillard reaction in the roasting of a fine coffee, the same reaction as searing a steak, can produce over 800 flavor compounds. So every coffee bean has a whole spectrum of flavors that, while hidden at first, can be revealed depending on the roast level. At the lowest level, the first set of molecules appear, usually in the form of floral notes. If you continue to the medium level, the first set disappears and a previously hidden set appears. If you continue further into the dark end, the medium set vanishes and a new set arises, like those chocolate and caramel notes so many of us love. So at its best, coffee can be a beverage of amazing richness and complexity. But when we set the needle to one temperature, as is the case with traditional blends, what's left is a narrow band of expression and untapped flavor potential, leaving so much hidden. And that's where we set ourselves apart. Drawing on the assemblage method of world-class Bordeaux's, we have revived the neglected blend as an enhancement rather than shortcut, with what we call full spectrum roasting. After identifying the flavor profile needed for a specific situation or setting, each world-class varietal used in our blends is roasted individually to a custom temperature and time interval based on the specific flavor we want to achieve for the finished profile. If you were to make a pizza, you wouldn't add equal parts of all the ingredients. You would proportion them based on the taste you want. Same idea with coffee. The individual coffee varietals are then blended in precise and unequal proportions depending on the recipe. The result is a wide range or full spectrum of expression that is tailored for specific settings and unachievable in other blends and single origins. Now, there are many single origins that are great in their own right, but none that can provide the range of expression needed here. And that's why we turn to blends to enhance our coffee experience. Our goal at Kings Row Coffee is to ensure that you have your perfect cup, wherever you are and whatever you are doing. So until next time, let's all go brew some amazing coffee and appreciate the here and now.